shit. Maybe. Maybe it. Fright Night Friday. Wolfie. Wolfie! Fright Night Friday, are you down? I may have completely forgotten I had a battle going there. Oops. Uh-oh. I fucked. I fucked up. I forgot about this for 3 days. My bad. Talking about my dad. My bad. Yeah. Oh, hi. I didn't know you were in here. Oops. I didn't know you were in here, so I'm sitting here singing. I do that. Um, how long have you been in here? How much of my horribleness did you catch? Oh fuck. Oh, sorry. Are you live yet? Oh crap. Okay, we're good. We're good. Hold on. Let me get you pulled up and I can drop a lurk in there for you. Yeah, also this is also how I deal with pain. I slammed my hand in the door when I went to the bathroom. So, yeah, my poor middle finger hurts. 'Cause yes, it was my middle finger. All right, I am here. Mwahahahaha! Except I can hear myself. I need to mute the tab. Hold on. Do do do. Mute tab. Doop doop boop. Eek. I have several scared ones now. Those are all my scared emotes. Scared, eek, the jump scare, boo, and terror. Anyway, sorry. Minimizing that.
Yeah, I don't have any specialized emotes like that yet.
Nay Soji, Ril's niece.
Mm-hmm.
Ril can put you in touch with her. She's actually very reasonably priced. And she's the one who did my she did the jump scare one. She did the first one there, the scared.
Mm-hmm.
Um and she did, a couple others. She did my animated one, the my animated two technically.
Right.
She did, let's see, she did this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. And those are the only ones that she's done that I uploaded. I have a couple more. Oh, cuz she also did it's on the Discord, but it's not here. The Pandarito, the new Pandarito,
Hmm.
curled up in the blanket one. But yeah, those are the ones that she did for me. And very reasonably priced. I would definitely. So if anyone out there is listening, very reasonably priced and very good. I mean, her entire family, holy crap, the artistic talent in their family. One year, okay, you know how people will sometimes do like snowscape scenes where they have like they build a house or they do the Jesus, baby Jesus in a manger scene or whatever, and they do it
Right.
all out of snow. Nae Soji's dad, so Ril's older brother, um, her other older brother, herself, and her younger sister. At this time, Nae Soji would have been like 2, 3. They actually did the Grinch climbing into a chimney with food coloring and everything. And it was on the news and all sorts of stuff. It was cool. Actually, I forgot what I was going to place for my stream raiders. Tank. So Wolfie is just not paying any attention whatsoever. Fair. I mean, technically, I've gone live. I've hit go live. I just haven't posted it in Discord. So, if you wanna join us, please. Ooh, smiley face. I am not going, but I understand. I should add that, but I
Mm-hmm.
understand. Um, why Ash is not joining, but makes me sad. Okay, I need
Right.
to do my going live now. At everybody. Time for the weekly set of jump scares, near cuss misses, and Panda needing new shorts. Phasmo challenge week 3. Come hang out, play Stream Raiders, and chill.
I was watching DSC play Phasmo earlier,
Yeah,
so
DSC. Uh, I don't think she's been doing the challenges though, has she? I don't think she
she
has.
did this week's.
She did this week's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if she does them or not. She does play a lot though.
Uh-huh.
So it wouldn't surprise me if she did. We've played with her a couple of times. We just have different play styles.
Right.
So we didn't mesh when it came to playing together, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And if she were to ever ask to join and I had room, of course,
Mm-hmm.
the answer would definitely be yes. Because we can adjust. We can adjust our play styles.
Right.
Or she can adjust hers. I mean, you know, it is give or take. Ash said won't be able to join voice, but will be in stream. Pout. Okay. Tell your ear to behave.
She's
I
got
mean,
she's got animals to attend to in the streams, anyways.
she does. But no, she's got a thing in her ear that she doesn't want to put, like, cuz her headset is basically earbuds.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't want to put an earbud in her ear to aggravate it.
Ah.
And so she's waiting to see if it clears up on its own, or she's going to go to an urgent care and have them, because, you know, it's kind of hard to look in your own ear.
Yes.
So I know what to look for in an animal's ear. I go to a human doctor for my own. She's like, I really want to show you my ear just to get your opinion. Because, you know, former vet tech, I've
Uh-huh.
got some experience with, you know, looking in ears and recognizing when there's a problem. The difference is, though, I'm used to looking into an animal's ear, which is completely different. It's a common,
I see Wolfie's got a code.
yeah, it's a common floppy ear thing. Oh, oh, oh.
I've gathered a list of other hunters asking for
How
help.
she managed to get that picture, I don't flippin' know. Oh, it's because she has that little ear thing that has the camera that you can go in to get the earwax and stuff out. Because it's got the thing right here on the bottom.
Oh, that's cool. Pop it.
That is gross. What she just described is gross, not the image. It's just not likely what she said it probably was. Okay, hold on. I'm starting now. Boop. And I have a Phasmo intro to play too. While that's going, get the game up and running. I just have to be smart. In an hour, I have to remember to put a new peace shield on. I may have made some enemies.
Yeah, you did say that earlier the other day.
In global chat, I flat out told someone that they were just being a jerk. They didn't like that. Yep. Hey, Scott. Excuse me, that was weird. Hey, Scott. How's it going? Drive safe. See you in a bit. I mean, it's true. If it wasn't true, I wouldn't have said it.
And some people don't like being reminded that jacket. I'm sorry. You chose behavior.
No, no, it's ours. I'm talking with Ash. She is concerned about her ear. Okay. It's kind of inner ear, so it's actually a bad location to do that. Bad as in, yes. You have what thing? What is it? I'm going to pretend like I understand what that actually means. Oh yeah, I need to put myself on push to talk too. That's probably a good idea. That's also why you can't really hear Wolfie. All right, push to talk and hello. Hello. What is this week's challenge? Your push to talk is not doing push to talk because I hear nothing. What is our weekly challenge? Complete. Eh. No.
Check and see if my push to talk's working.
Yep.
Is my push to talk functioning?
Yes. But I did
Today's
not hear you
challenge
in
mode.
game. I did not hear you in game.
Well, I'm not talking in game yet. I'm doing the today's challenge. Today's challenge is a spicy little thing. We have no pills, no sanity, no evidence. All we have to do is correctly identify the ghost 3 times at 42 Edgefield. Again, no evidence, no sanity. We are very much in danger. At least one of you is going to die hilariously. Good luck.
Question.
Answer, redirection, and accusation all in one. What's your question?
Did you watch Insum do this one?
I watched part of it, yes.
Do ghost orbs still show up for the mimic?
Yes, they do. Anything
Fingerprints
that
for the
is
Obake.
no, because that's evidence.
Breath
Well,
for the
actually, it
Hantu.
might be. Yes,
Okay.
but it is principally behavior. But yes, the orbs did show up. I don't know on the Abake. He did not actually get an Abake, but he did get a twins, and twin interactions were nice and clean on the thing on the board. I see you have one more Smarty over there. I see the Smarty has disappeared. Okay.
I'm in danger. Uh-oh. This should be interesting.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
1 hour and 3 minutes until I have to put on a new peace shield. Wait, we won't get dots. We won't get anything! Oh my god, what do we...
Use the stuff that's not the regular evidence.
orbs, that's an easy win for us. That's a hunt, by the way.
And I'm dead. Well, I tried to find a place to hide. It's still hunting.
It got me too. It came down to the base. Where did it get you?
Upstairs in the living room area.
Well, I did not see Breath. She wasn't moving especially slow or super fast, but we don't have a lot in here. Is Panda actually in the house?
Yes, Panda is in the utility room.
So it's not a Dio either, or a, what you call
No,
it?
it's not a Dio, Myling, Revenant. Jin, it's hunting again. It's not particularly fast, so it's a slower ghost.
Hunt's over.
Okay, let's look at the activity for a minute.
That was a really short cooldown between hunts.
Could be a demon.
Probably.
I'm just gonna look at the it's active while we're in there, so it's not a or while we're not in there. I'm just looking to see if there are any twin interactions or anything like that, just to be sure. But on the plus side, I found a lower jaw and collected that.
I don't think it's a Banshee.
It's not fast at all. Like the steps were the, and I didn't hear it speed up when it saw anyone. It's not a Jinn because it's not going fast to get to anyone.
Power is on.
Power is on, so it would be fast. So
Do we know where the room is?
no, it's main floor. That's all I know.
I think it's upstairs, because that's where it came from when it got me. The second floor?
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, you could do an Unreal test, a Baki test. You could throw some electronics in, see if we can get a Raiju out of it. And salt.
Well, the thing is I had the camera on the tripod, and it never sped up when it got close.
So not a Raiju.
Yeah, not a Raiju. It's very active with no one in there.
We know it's not. I mean, we know it's not a spirit
Yeah, not a spirit. Well, actually, why?
because it hunted with us like right there.
But if it was upstairs, none of us were upstairs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Shade is the only one that won't hunt if you're in the room. Spirit gets aggressive when you get close.
Yeah, shit, that's right.
I was
But I mean, we're at 0% sanity.
right. I was actually starting to head up the stairs when it started hunting.
Yeah, but we can't really count
But-
that because we were at 0 sanity.
Right.
The activity is making me think Oni, but
It's turned on water in the bathroom.
upstairs?
Yeah.
Hmm.
In one of the bedroom bathrooms.
I'm not seeing any sort of twin traction. And if it was twins, I think by now I would have seen one. I've just been sitting here staring at it.
Right.
I obviously did not see orbs because I was I was on the main floor, not upstairs, so I cannot verify if it's a mimic. But
Turned
I
on a
think
radio.
so. Where turned on the radio? Where?
In the bedroom upstairs. The bedroom to the left of the bathroom.
Okay. Purple bedroom. All right.
It's fuzzy gray.
For you, but it's purple. It's the purple room.
Purple
It's the
room.
purple room. I kind of want to say Oni because I mean it's at an 8 spike right now, or well 8 level of activity. It went 4, 6, 8. It's pretty active. Is it throwing stuff in there, like a lot of stuff?
It was throwing a lot of stuff while it was hunting. Yes.
It definitely was.
Okay.
I don't know about throwing stuff. I mean, we weren't in here long enough before it.
Put a bunch
Right.
of stuff.
Hunted.
You two are the only ones who can safely do this. Put a bunch of stuff in there, and see if we get an explosion. Otherwise, it's an Oni. At least that's what I'm saying. But like, if you put a bunch of stuff in there and we get an explosion out of it, then it's a Pulte.
I mean, I can give it a try. I'm tossing some stuff in there.
I'm just nervous about if I go
There's
in
a
there.
bunch of stuff thrown all over the place in here. Holy crap.
I don't think it's a teleporter because it didn't teleport. So that would be Wraith and Banshee.
Yeah.
So it's not a Wraith.
The bedroom that it's active in, I'm just tossing a bunch of stuff.
And it didn't change any shapes while you guys were following it, right?
Right.
While it was blinking in and out.
Right.
It's not an Obake. Okay. Alright, we've only eliminated half. Only another half to go. The ghost is currently watching you like, what the hell he doing? He's throwing stuff in my room. I don't know how to feel about this. Because it's at
I'm
a
only
0.
guessing it's the room because this bathroom, that radio, but also the other radio.
So it's moving a lot, not a Goryo. Flat, no activity. 0 activity. 2. It was at a 0 activity for a solid 30 seconds. 40 seconds, sorry.
That's interesting. We can't touch candles. That was weird.
You can't because candles can be used for evidence gathering. No, you should be able to. The ones in the house. Unless
Nope.
they changed it because of that. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What? No, don't put the puppet picture in there. Bring the puppet picture out. No. Okay, so it's a little active again. Oh man, I really want to say Oni or Poltergeist. I also kind of want to run in there and hide, but I don't know which lockers are safe.
Downstairs is safe.
No, it's not. That's where you died.
The lockers are. I wasn't in the lockers. I was in the
Oh.
bottom, in the back of the shelving, because I wasn't sure where it actually was, and I didn't really want to move. But it came right on down and right on in towards me, and it just all over my face.
Nom, 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 nom.
Well, we've been tossing a bunch of stuff in there, and it doesn't seem inclined to do the explodey yet.
And look at where I've been hiding. Not the safest place, but it worked. Thing is I don't think our sprint is very long. Hold. Our sprint is not long. We have a short sprint. Okay. Touched a door. Full open or just a little tiny crack?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm trying to find the door it's touching.
That, and you can't see the door. It's still upstairs though, right?
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can still see. You can see the doors now. See?
Oh,
Door
okay.
and that door and these doors. I just didn't know which door it touched.
Okay.
It might have been this door.
Barely touched it.
Yeah, I remember this one being a little further open.
Okay, so it's not a Yuri. Or, yeah, Yuri. It's not a Yuri. Because when it touches doors, it's bigger. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say that it is an Oni. I don't think that's right, but I'm gonna say it's an Oni. Are you guys good with Oni?
Yeah, I'm good with Oni.
All right, I'm waiting
We'll find out in a
for. Oh,
second.
Wolfie's back in the truck. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, everybody's in the truck.
3, 2, 1, boom. I do not appreciate how quickly he hunted. She hunted?
It.
They hunted. You better be an Oni.
Watch it be one
better
where we
be an Oni.
eliminated Onryo.
Okay, well we didn't eliminate that one, so. And really there isn't much of a way I could have done that. I could have
Right.
done the test if we hadn't died. You know. Yeah. Okay, let me try again.
Right. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. There have been new reports of a cursed object nearby. This must be the reason that the ghost was summoned here. Take a look. You may be able to use it to your advantage.
Breakers in the garage. Breaker is on.
Lockers in the garage are safe if you can get here. pretty fast.
Do we know where?
Do we know where it came from?
No. Light on in the utility room. Who did that?
I did. That's where I was to check that it was.
Okay.
There's no activity right now. And
Not in the basement. Basement lockers are safe too.
Hunt's over.
It's upstairs again.
I got smudge sticks and Jeebus in the lobby, and I've got with smudge stick on. Oof, it's throwing a bunch of
Oh,
stuff
it's
around.
near me. Okay. I'm in the boys' room upstairs.
Hunting.
Yeah, it started in the boys' room upstairs.
It's over.
Did a smoke of it, just a tap.
Did you turn on the bathroom light?
I'm gonna do a. There should be a lighter in there, so I'm gonna put.
Nope, never mind.
Nope.
He is definitely in the hall up here. I am trapped.
Alright, on Rio test with the candle. Which I'm going up to light, they're sitting on top
Not a
of
wraith. Not a wraith. He just stepped in the salt.
And hunt. Yeah, ghosts, Sheba. Hunting again.
Could spawn further back there. That's an event.
Not an Oni. Just did a mist event. Turned off the power and misted away. He's a teleporter. I'm in the garage and this is where he spawned. Possibly a banshee.
Hydrate then, TLB.
Does a banshee have an EMF 5?
I thought part of the challenge was there's no regular evidences.
Yeah, no, it's not a 5.
Well, we can't get the EMF 5, but we can get it off of looking at the activity board, because it goes off an average. He's hunting, I think.
No. Well, it blew out a candle, which means we know it's not a
It could have just gone out on its own, though.
No, it blew out a candle.
Oh, you watched it?
We got credit for it.
Oh. Okay. So it's not an Onryo Oni Wraith. It's not a Dio, because it hasn't caught us. Not particularly fast, because I had that camera up there and it didn't speed up, so not a Raiju. Not a Jin, because it turned the power off.
It turned the breaker off, actually.
Yeah, and then it missed it away. That's how I know it's not an Oni. Want me to turn it back on?
Probably would not be a bad idea. Not going to be a Moroi. Well, which one is you smudge and it stays smudged a long time? That's, yeah, it's not a spirit.
They?
It's not a spirit. Spirit's the one where it does that.
Hyperosmia. They.
Spirit is specifically if you smudge, it's stopped for a long time, and it was stopped for like the regular amount of time, basically.
What's hyperosmia then? Moroi suffer from hyperosmia, weakening them for longer periods. sensitivity to smell. So, smudge.
Okay, well then they're not affected by it. They weren't affected by it. Also, it's not a myling. Not a Thay because it's staying pretty darn active. Well,
No,
actually,
it's slowing down, it seems to me. Because I turned it back on. And yes, I have that there just in case for my link. Hunting.
it was an event.
No, that was an event.
It took a bite out of Christ.
Okay.
Now shower's on.
It really is taking a long time. So,
Well, it's eaten 3 crosses.
okay. Oh, that's it.
Yep, that's
Not a myling, I don't think.
Squirrel. Hunt's over.
Definitely not a myling, and it's not getting slower.
It threw the photo of a dog.
How very dare. Huh. I mean, it did seem like it teleported to do that one event. It honestly could be a banshee. I kind of want to test that theory, but the only way to really do that is to be up there. But the banshee doesn't have a long cooldown between hunts.
Yeah, at the same point though, it was like 4 hunts that tried to do with the crosses.
Even before that, though, it was taking a while. We were
Yeah.
able to walk around up there. I mean, yeah, I smudged, but it took a while. So, spirit could be. Remember me.
Who was that strange woman?
He's probably sleeping on the couch tonight. Silly Wolfie.
Okay.
Spawned at the top of the stairs that time.
Hunt's over. Are you upstairs or in the garage?
I'm upstairs in the closet.
Start talking. No activity.
activity. A little more activity. Hunt.
I think he knows where I am.
I see that. Hunt is over. It's not conclusive enough to say yokai. I don't think it's a Hantu. That teleport, though. Thing is, it's no more active with anybody else in there, and it's no less active without you in here. So I don't know where it stands.
Did it just turn on a light? Hold on. I think it just turned on a light up here.
Hunting. Hunt's over.
It didn't come to my flashlight.
Panda detected a paranormal sound with a parabolic mic.
Uh-huh. I've gotten a couple of them. I think it's turning on lights up here. Okay, he knows where I'm at.
Wait, didn't it turn off power, or was that the previous one?
No, he did. I thought he did. He knows exactly where I am. I have to leave.
It's over. I don't think it's a mimic.
Oh, holy crap. He knew exactly where I was that time. He literally was opening and closing my locker, or my closet, and then he started a hunt right outside the closet.
I'm mildly curious about something. These have to be a troll.
Okay. He's not
Yeah, they're
wandering
troll.
too much. He's not wandering too much. He's not particularly fast. He's not really slow. He's not a revenant, that's for sure. He's not a shade because I was in there and he still hunted. I don't think twins because I'm not hearing stuff in two different places. I don't think mimic. Let me think. Let's see, for the Thay is not getting slower. It's not a Thay. Moroi, can't say on the Moroi, but it's not a Thay. So we're left with Spirit, Poltergeist, Mare, Demon, Moroi, Banshee, Yurei, Hantu, Obake, and Phantom. If we turn on the lights in the hall up there, that will force it to change the ghost room or turn off the lights. Like, we could trigger it to turn off the lights if it's a mare.
Didn't you say it was turning lights on, though?
I thought I heard lights getting turned on. I was in a closet. I couldn't see.
Yeah, because I turned light on in the garage so I could test when it was hunting.
Oh.
Who's
So
throwing stuff out here?
that could have been going down the stairs when it hunts. Stop it, Muriel. No.
It's actually throwing stuff. It's actually throwing stuff outside the house.
Interesting.
I got 2 whispers. I did not hear it sing, so I'm less inclined to think Banshee, but I heard 2 whispers, so... Hunt. That's really not a good spot for that camera. Okay. Alright. He's not really messing with the camera much. Like, normally it goes extremely blurry.
Okay, he's definitely throwing stuff around.
Yeah. He's not fast. I wouldn't...
We can try a pulte test.
I'm gonna go into the basement and I'm gonna talk during the hunt.
Okey-dokey.
I'm terrified. It's not like really cold anywhere in there, is it?
Haven't really particularly noticed, but give me a sec.
Hunting.
Do you have a camera? Come down to the basement. Ribcage in front of the locker. I mean, we might as well, right? Get what, $10 we can?
I mean, it heard me in the garage.
Hunting again.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Not a urine. Up next to test. Can we force a room change?
I mean, it could also be okay because it didn't hear us.
Urine.
Hunting again.
because it's not coming to me in the basement when I'm talking.
That's what I mean. No, that's why it's. Oh wait, it could be a yokai. Never mind. Sorry. Probably is a yokai.
Hunting again.
It is. George.
Well, it came to me that time. Did it spawn upstairs?
Power is off now. Oh wait, actually, hold on.
It broke that light, though. I mean, I wonder if it's a poltergeist. Well, I mean...
I don't think he's upstairs. No, he's upstairs.
Yeah, it came from upstairs. Hey, Ghosty. I'm out here, Ghosty. You want to come say hi, Ghosty?
Well, it's more if he changes rooms after because of the lights. But no, he can't hunt if the lights are on, but so not a mare.
Definitely not a Thay either.
Yeah, not a Thay. So I've got Spirit, Poltergeist, Demon, Yokai, Moroi, Obake, Hantu, Yurei, Banshee, Phantom.
I'm starting to doubt Banshee because,
It's not doesn't have a target.
yeah.
I mean, we
Let's
could
just
test
go.
it, but no.
I don't think it's a spirit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a phantom.
Well, we had those two ghost events where it was standing there. For me, it was shaded.
I mean, they were shaded, but we didn't take a photo of it.
No, we didn't.
I'm legitimately thinking it's a poltergeist just by the raw amount of activity it's been doing. It found me the last time
Were you talking?
for it to be a yokai. Yeah, when I was talking down in the basement.
Hmm. But when we were both talking down in the basement, it didn't come down there.
I don't know if it came down the stairs.
No, it came down the stairs because it was walking around right above us. I. Okay. Okay. It's not a Ure because it didn't do any of the sanity drain events.
Nope.
It's not a Hantu because you didn't see breath, right?
No. Not a Myling, not a Raiju because of, stuff.
Yeah, I'm Poltergeist, Demon, Yokai, or Moroi at this point. Let's see, what Moroi is the hyperosmia, and that's the only reason. Oh, it becomes stronger. It's not getting faster, so no, it's not a Moroi. So we're looking at Poltergeist, Demon, or Yokai. I don't think it's a demon. I don't think it's aggressive enough.
No, I don't think it is.
Poltergeist or Yokai. I'm leaning towards Yokai, honestly.
I'm leaning towards Poltergeist, but well, let's roll the dice and see.
I don't want to do this more times than we have
Good
to.
with either of those? Or do we want to try anything else in there? See if we can get a photo of it. I mean, we don't have the smudge sticks anymore, which kind of, or the crosses, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I don't think it's a poltergeist. Actually,
why don't you think it's a Poltergeist?
Actually, we never built a polty pile.
No, we haven't. Although, we get credit for it if we're dead. I could just go in there, die, and make a Polty pile upstairs.
True. But do you want to be the one that dies? Yeah, you're gonna want. Oh, uh-oh.
And
Over. Just do it right there at the top of the stairs. Because we have a camera pointed at it.
Oh, the pop.
Yeah. Yep. Not a phantom. Okay. Oh, he's all the way in the back over there. Right there in front of you. Hunt. He was behind you, probably. He may have been behind you. Alright, now we get to watch strange objects get thrown into the middle of the floor there for a minute. Lots of shoes in the closets. The nursery right there is going to have the blocks. It's kicking stuff away from that pile. Making me lean towards Pulte, just watching that. There's also some shoes in the corner next to that laundry basket. I do wish that as a ghost you could carry more than one thing.
Right? Touching door. Definitely getting more active.
I'm just waiting for it to do something with that big tempting pile. Come on, Pulte. It is still active, just not right there because it's not touching anything. I wonder if it'll only do a Pulte throw if someone's in there. I mean, it shouldn't. I've seen it throw.
It did throw stuff out the door earlier.
No activity. One.
I mean, maybe it needs to live.
Maybe it's not up there anymore.
Well, it's definitely doing stuff up here, and it's like turning on radios in different rooms.
Hunting.
That's a came from the same area. Should be over. Hunting. Spawned right on top of the pile. So
Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Final verdict! It is definitely not a yokai. So, if it's not a poltergeist, I don't know what it is. It could be an obake. That's the only other thing I've got. Because it spawned right on top of that. It has not done anything with that. And it's been active up there. I mean, it honestly could be anything. I don't know. Wolfie, what do you think?
I mean, my gut really wants it to be a poltergeist, but I'm doubting it at this point.
Yeah, I saw it do some pretty big kicks of items, but it has yet to touch the massive pile.
It's going around turning water on everywhere else, but it keeps spawning back here. So it's got a big wander range. Well, it's wandering all upstairs.
Okay, let's go over these again. We know it's not a wraith because it stepped in the salt. We know it's not a banshee. We know it's not yokai because we did that. We know it's not a moroi. We know it's not a myling, and we know it's not a fae. Because of speed. We know it's not a revenant because of speed. We know it's not a dio because it hasn't found us. We know it's not a banshee because it wasn't singing. We know it's not a phantom because you took a picture of it. We know it's not a djinn because it's not, the power's on and it's not faster, like when you're in the house and it speeds up to get to you. We know it's not a raiju because it's not running faster past the camera. We know it's not a shade because it hunted while I was in the room with it. We know it's not a mare because the entire upstairs was lit and it hunted. We know it's not the twins or the mimic because of reasons. The Goryo because it hasn't left that same area upstairs. It has not changed its ghost room. We know it's not an Oni because it did we know it's not a Yurei because it didn't open a door very wide or close it, slam it when it did its events. We know it's not an Onryo because it blew out the candle, but it did not use the crucifix, did not hunt right away.
I wonder if the explosion's a percentage thing.
It kind of is. We know it's not a spirit.
Like
because
a percentage
room
of
there.
stuff in the house.
No, it's not that. We know it's not a spirit because when Wolfie and I were both up there, it didn't become more aggressive. It stayed basically the same. We know it's not a demon because it had long lulls between hunting. That really only leaves the poltergeist and the obake. It's touching a lot of doors. Both will do that.
You could try. I mean, you could try UV light and see it because isn't Obake? It's supposed to be guaranteed fingerprints, and the guaranteed for the evidence, I think, was still on there, like the orb for mimic.
But then that would be freezing for the Hantu.
I mean, it's not a Hantu, so it wouldn't be freezing.
Alright, hold on.
Hunt. Came from the other part of the hall.
Is it over?
Yes. He touched all of the hallway doors or the closet doors.
I need to know the moment it hunts.
Hunting.
Hunt. Came from basically the pot. Is going downstairs. Is going into the bedroom. Is circling back down.
Is it over?
It is now.
It didn't seem to touch much that time in terms of doors. Maybe close the other doors.
I cannot hear anything, I'm sorry.
Maybe close the doors.
Sorry, I couldn't hear over the water and the radio and you talking. I couldn't tell if it had started hunting.
Not yet.
Activity's at 0 right now.
Okay, just touched a door.
Hunt. Hunt's over.
He did not.
Oh, he spawned over here and went.
Yes, I was in that there. Okay, I'm not getting any fingerprints, so I'm not. I don't think Obake, or I don't think fingerprints will show up. Okay. Still hasn't touched that. Fudge.
I'm gonna put more under the pile.
I kind of want to say it's an Obake now. Even though there's no fingerprints. Oh.
It just touched that door.
Yeah, that is. It might still be a Yurei. Actually, it opened the bedroom door all the way when it came in. It might be a Yurei. It just didn't use its ability because we were already at 0 sanity. I kind of want to say it's a Yurei now.
Yeah, except we did the smudge on it, and it
It
still
didn't work.
hunted. Well, it's still hunted within like less than a minute.
Well, yeah, smudging only traps it at its place of death, reducing how much it wanders. Doesn't change how fast it hunts. I think, because this would have been Ghost Orb, Freezing Temps, and Dots, none of which we would get. And... oh man, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Dragon?
I'm leaning poltergeist because of earlier, but it might not be.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
wanting
it's
to,
a pile and it's not touching it.
and it's been spawning over here.
That's a pile of temptation right there for a Polty.
Wolfie, what about you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I want it to be a poltergeist so badly, but I'm staring at it, and the most it's doing is plinking off 1 or 2 items off the pile instead of exploding it. Yeah, I am kind of leaning to you right now.
I'm gonna go Yurei. Let's move on to the next one. I hope we're right. Do you agree with Yurei?
That's what I put.
I'm in the trap.
Oh
Welcome
yeah.
back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Well, I mean, it never left its place of death. It stayed up there. But I thought it teleported down to me unless it spawned in the bedroom above me, and because I was right below it. Okay. Wolfie is going to trek camp for a minute.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
FML is upstairs again.
Is it safe?
Yeah, he's upstairs. I'm hiding right now to listen for where. Pretty sure it's hallway again up here. I turned on the boys' bedroom light, and I've got a camera placed up here. I did not see orbs anywhere, but I don't know exactly where he spawned. Hunt.
I just left the house.
Never mind. Never mind. Yeah.
That's Hunt.
First impressions. Not a deal. That's going to be the easiest one if it ever kills us, like, right away. Okay, so... Wait. That might have been a twin interaction. Hold on. Watching. I didn't exactly look super hard into finding out if there were orbs. But I didn't see any in the hallway, and that's where he's spawning again. At least that's what it sounds like. Okay.
Did you turn the bathroom or this bedroom light on?
I did turn on the boys' bedroom up there, yeah.
It's running water. That sounded like a crucifix. Okay, it's this bedroom in here. Just turn the light. Turn the water. Yeah, no, the water. I'm gonna get eaten and just do the follow it around and see if we can figure it out. I mean, there's no downside to do.
Zero on the activity board.
Ooh, this one here too.
We have not a mare. Because it's trying to hunt with the lights on.
Well, maybe.
The activity board still says 0.
Okay, yeah, it opened this door.
Yeah, it is absolutely trying to hunt with lights on. It is not a mare. Alright, we need next one. What's the next one? Wolfie, your head cam.
Hunting.
Came from downstairs.
Did I just watch both of you die?
Can you open the front door so I can see the smudge stick if it's here? I can't see anything. Okay, shine your light in, please. On the carpet. Oh, okay. So it did this. I lit the smudge. You guys can see I lit the smudge, and it still killed us both. I have no idea what that means either. Okay. Let's go ahead and build a pulte pile, because why not? Oh, hey. I did not turn on the light in the master bedroom, did you?
No.
Okay, so it did. There's also a rib cage in the master bedroom.
I'm not going in.
I'm just saying. Wait,
One of us.
is it
One
in
of
this
us.
room? What room is it in? Is it...
TPK. TPK. It's
Uh,
touching. I mean, it's touching doors out here. Completely doing nothing right now. It is quiet.
touched a door. And again. Touched a light switch. That's why I'm making a pulte pile. Bathroom light is on. It's turning on a lot of lights. I think it's more towards the front here. Not a Raiju, because it would have been really fast with all the lights on when it hunted. Fair. It wouldn't be Goryo because it moved downstairs, but I'm also hesitant to say not a Goryo now because of what happened. Wait, is there a monkey paw right here? There's a monkey paw up here. In the nursery.
I'm not using that thing.
You don't want to. You don't
Come
want to
in
come
here,
in and
you.
wish. You don't want to come in and wish
Yeah.
for life.
Yeah, don't be a coward. Get in here. Force a
Come
hunt. We need
come in
we need to
here,
hunt.
grab it, go to a safe place, turned on water. The same one as before, the green bathroom water. But anyway, ask for knowledge. That'll eliminate half of them.
All right, I'm coming.
Okay. It's in the nursery on the nursery thing. Nursery is to your right. Oh, bottom, down. Okay, it's fine. Event. It's this room here with the to your right, behind you. You next to the bathroom. To your right. Yeah, nursery. It's right here on there. You just grab it and say, "I wish for knowledge," but you want to hide before you do it. Lockers should be safe.
Go to the garage lockers.
Okay. Yeah, just I wish for knowledge and then just tell us what it tells you.
I wish for knowledge.
You might have to use the radio for it.
I wish for knowledge.
He's hunting. Oh, shit. Oh, he spawned in here. Is that supposed to happen? Oh, okay. I don't want to call it a teleport if it's supposed to happen because of the item. Also, ooh, hold on. We're missing an opportunity here.
It's very dark here, I know. I'm sorry.
He is not changing shape, so not an Obake. Okay, it's over. Alright, once you get outside, tell us what it removed. You're in the kitchen.
A little help navigating, please.
Turn right. That's the basement. Straight on till morning. Okay, what do we got?
So it crossed off. So it crossed off ghost orbs, and the one under poltergeist, the one under demon, the one under myling. Pretty much everything under wraith is crossed off.
Basically, it crossed off ghost orbs.
Yes.
So everything that was ghost
Okay,
orbs.
so that helps us. That does help us. A lot. We know it's not any of those ghosts that it crossed off. Oops. Okay. Myling, we would have to have a hunt and do a myling test for. Wraith, we would have to have salt and do a wraith test for. too active for a shade, I think. It's very active. Well, I was right behind you because I was going to try and save you with the smudge, and it killed you, and then killed me immediately after, and took
Yep.
my smudge. Stupid
Yep.
ghost. I didn't see orbs, so I'm going to say it's not a mimic. Oh, well, it wouldn't be orb anyway for mimic. So, um, okay, it's turning on lights. It is touching a lot of things. I think it may actually be this room here. Where is that cell phone? Is it on this table? That teddy bear was me. I put it there. Yeah, and it touched the water again in that room. How is this crucifix in here? Okay, this crucifix is eaten. Uh, it's not touching the Pulte pile back there. All right, I've built a second Pulte pile. Light in here is flickering.
That's the camera I'm watching.
Okay.
And just close that door.
There, stupid bunny. All right. Well, that didn't work. Did it really go through the... It went through the door. Well, that didn't work. All right. No, I threw the ball.
Are you having fun with that ball?
Sometimes you have to bowl. Throw something! Come up here with salt. Let's risk it. Risk it for the biscuit.
You do know I can barely see now, right?
Oh, right, because of the knowledge. Well, do we want to guess and then just move on?
What would your guess be?
I don't think it's a Jinn. I don't think it's a Jinn. It didn't use its power to chase us. Like when it spawns and is more than 6 meters away from you, it's really fast until it gets closer, and then it slows down to a normal hunting pace.
Yeah, it spawned like right in front of us.
Spawned downstairs. We were upstairs. So I don't think it's a Jinn. It doesn't. It's not a poltergeist. It doesn't really feel like an Oni, but at the same time it does because it's touching a lot of doors. But it's not. It doesn't feel like a phantom. I don't think it's a myling because it was kind of loud. We could hear its footsteps even though it was downstairs. Moroi, it's not getting faster. I haven't seen twin interactions, so I'm gonna say no to twins. I thought I did once, but no. Spirit, Wraith, or Oni. I'm okay calling it an Oni. Though this is a very long moment of no activity for an Oni. That is a very long time for no activity for an Oni. Okay. Because Onis are more active, making them easier to find. It's not an Oni. I'm saying it now, it's not an Oni. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say spirit.
I'm still trying, Jan.
Okay. Alright, do you have a choice in there, Dragon? You're the only one that can close the door, so. Feel free to talk it out if you have ideas.
We're pretty sure it's not the twins, right?
Pretty sure, yeah. I mean, the one hunt having it downstairs made me think it might be, but I haven't seen anything on the activity to make me go, twins! I don't. Yeah. There are too many options. At this point, it really is a guess and go. Because it could be a myling. I don't think it was, because I'm pretty sure I heard it every time it hunted that I was in there. But, I mean, on the smaller houses, it's harder to tell.
I'm okay going with spirit.
Okay. Go ahead and close up. Wolfie's got his choice in, and we'll see who's right, who's wrong. If any of us are right, or if all of us are wrong. And jury says...
Gin.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
I... I disagree. But there really wasn't a way to test it. There really wasn't.
Right.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Why didn't you say that? No, you didn't. He did not mention anything about it turning on lights.
You're the one who said, hey, it turned on the light in the master bedroom. Hey, it turned on the light in the bathroom.
When we were debating what it could be.
I very clearly said it was turning stuff on.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare a call
Whatever.
before starting the investigation. This here seems to be linked to a cursed object. Go and take a closer look.
Let's see.
This will help your investigation.
Did not forget an actual flashlight. No.
Basement is okay. Power's on, so power's starting on in these.
Garage lockers are safe.
I think it's upstairs again. Yep. I'm dead. I got stuck. Same freaking spot, by the way. I don't know. Hold on. He's still going. He's faster than the last one, I think. He is not changing shape. I don't see frost breath. I think he just walked through a wall. Ash, are you there? Yeah, he just turned on that shower in there. He came out of here, I think. Like, he spawned either right behind me. I got stuck in the corner.
Is it safe?
He just ate the crucifix right here at the master bedroom. Right there. He just touched this door to the master bedroom. You're not gonna get fingerprints, sweetie.
Well, I don't know that for the Fae or whatever.
Obake? It's not an Obake,
Yeah, but
because he didn't change shapes while hunting. Okay.
I'm going for Salt. Actually, where's the camera at?
In that corner where I died. I don't know how well it's placed. But basically, okay, so I saw him go into the room, like the green room. The door was closed and I stood right in front of the door, and then he came out of the blue room next to it. So I literally think he walked through. He spawned in here. He's in the corner.
Yeah, I don't have my camera. I don't have my camera.
I'm sorry. He's still up.
I can see it on the camera.
He did go away, but is he in the picture? No. But then again, in my picture, it looks crappy.
About half the picture looks like it's all white.
Yeah. Wolfie, what does it showed for you?
I don't see him, but I got him at the end of the. At the end.
Let me see your picture. Hold on.
Oh no, he's in there. He's in there.
He's in there? Not a phantom. Okay. I can't say he's not a Dio for the simple fact that well, I can say he's not a Dio because he wasn't stupid fast. It's not a Revenant because it wasn't stupid slow. That is literally all I can say because I got stuck. I was out in the open, so I don't really know where he came from.
I feel like the bedroom might be it, but
Yeah.
I did get EMF at
The teen boy room here with the shower.
Yeah.
Because he turned on the shower right here. He just knocked on a thing as passed by. Okay.
I shall have
I'll let you know if... Oh, he's here. Oh, he's fast. He's fast. He's fast.
It's a spooky, scary event, but an event nevertheless.
An EMF 4 on it. That might have been an EMF 5 event. Hold on. Oh, no, it only went up 4. Okay. Alright, going back up. I'll let you know if he walks through salt.
I mean, he seems to be one of the quicker ones.
Stepped in salt, not a wraith. Okay.
He just went through a motion sensor.
Who wants to ask the monkey paw for knowledge?
Your turn, Wolfie.
I would not actually ask that of either of you for the simple fact that it does completely limit how much you can see. And if I were still alive, I would do it. But, okay. He has still only eaten one of these crucifixes. Do do do. I don't know.
I wish for knowledge. I wish for knowledge.
There goes the hunt. Stay safe, Wolfie. Stay safe.
I have no idea where he is. No.
Are you walking back and forth between on the motion sensor there, Panda?
Yeah, I'm trying to find him.
I'm in the basement.
Not
Oh,
trying to find you.
he would have teleported down here with the monkey paw.
I'm hearing him. Oh, here he is. Okay, I see him. I see him now. I was hearing him upstairs. That's why I was so confused. He's done. He's gone. He's gone. All right. What are we got?
It crossed out Ghost Rider and all of the attendant items, peoples.
Okay, so Yokai, Raiju, Obake. It's not an Obake because he's not changing. No.
That'd be cool if you could, like, wish for
Weather.
I wish for sunrise.
It is sunrise.
I wish for light rain.
You have to be in the house. You could wish for me to be alive, but that's, you die instead. The question is, would I be able to see? Oh dear. No.
I wish for light.
Can't sleep. Can't sleep. Ghost will eat me. Can't sleep. Ghost will eat me. Okay, so Wolfie messed around and found out.
He sacrificed himself for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, with the power on, it's probably not a Hantu for the speed. Well, maybe. How cold is it?
I don't know. It's not a Raiju because it wasn't. It wasn't any faster with the technology stuff. The camera and the EMF and stuff didn't make it faster. I have no idea.
It turned on the bedroom, the one across from the master bedroom. It just burned the cross again.
Really? It's an Unreal. I was coming up the stairs with a lit candle, and all of a sudden the candle blew out, and then you said, "Oh, it burned the cross."
Cool. Unreal. I'm good with that.
Unrio checked off.
Rock'em sock.
That was an easier Unreal test than I had expected. All right. Let me know when you're in the truck. Oh, you're in the truck. Okay. I really did not expect that.
Goreo.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
What? Oh.
I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go get another drink.
Ready up, and we'll load in while you're doing.
Keep a right. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. I've got a report that suggests a possible ghost sighting.
I'm back, by the way.
The monkey paw is just a generic. It's gonna be enough. It's just gonna be the flipping hallway, isn't it? That's just what it's gonna be. So, the myling will affect electronics before you hear it, right? It's a myling. I couldn't hear her, so I turned the flashlight on and it was still on. We can do one more hunt and you can verify.
It's touching lockers. Are you sure it was upstairs?
Yeah, it came upstairs.
No, are you sure that it was the same hallway? Because it's touching lockers. Because Dragon's in here, and I was hearing lockers going off, and I wasn't in the garage or the basement. And you were upstairs.
Yeah,
I hid in the
I
locker.
heard it
Oh, you were in a locker?
Yep.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were in here. I didn't know you actually went in. Okay. Okay.
we can test it one more time.
Yeah, I'll actually do the actual Onryo test. I'll go into a locker.
Myling.
That's what I meant.
see. Hunting. Well, they're both still alive. It's over.
She definitely spawned in here. In the master bedroom.
Hold on, I'm gonna go down into the basement because I think it being as close to the master bedroom as I was hearing her above me, and then I was hearing nothing.
She just took a bite out of Christ in the master bedroom.
Okay,
With the lights on.
not a minute.
Advance. With the light on. And it just turned the light.
I believe it's hunting now.
No, that was...
Never mind. It's an event.
But I put the cross down and it immediately flamed up with the lights on. So not...
Yeah.
So we know it's not a myling. We know it's not a Dio.
Hold on, I'm gonna do one more miling test,
Not
but
a mare.
There.
Okay.
not a revenant.
Not a revenant.
Just waiting for it to hunt.
I'm gonna take a camera in that room real quick. Not happy when I go into the room.
Hunting. I believe it's safe.
Panda needs a new pair of shorts. Not a yokai. Could be a myling. I almost didn't notice my flashlight flashing, and she came over, yanked open the locker door, and the hunt ended. So, yeah, that was a thing that happened. We have salt up there, yeah? Oh. Did we only bring 2 salt?
No, there's 3. There's 3. He just...
I'd had one on me.
Okay, so I put some up in the hallway. I'm gonna go see if I hear any
Not very active unless we're in the room. Do you have the other
Cross?
Yes.
Watch the activity when I get close to the...
I threw the other cross out in front of the closet I'm in.
Hunting. That's a nose tricked off.
Is it over?
Yep.
Okay, just turned on the radio in there.
Hunting again.
Hunting.
Definitely the right area. Shell hydrates. That was the last of that bottle.
Can you please turn that radio off when you go in there?
Sure. It's not... Oh, it turned the light on. It took a bite out of Grace. Can you, put salt actually in the bedroom?
Do you have salt?
No. I need somebody to come up with salt. I have a smudge stick, and we have one more cross bite to
Alright, going to get it.
On my way.
because it hasn't put salt down on any of these other spots. But if we put it actually in the room where I think it's spawning. Okay, just took another bite. We've got like 30
Second.
Okay, so,
And right in front of the door,
Two.
It stepped in.
I was listening for
It's
a
already
while.
stepped in salt.
not a wraith.
Not a rave. I was listening for a while, and I got whispers, and that was it on the parabolic. No singing, so I don't think it's a banshee.
Well, it's not really teleporting either.
So
Alright, it's my turn. Let me go get it. I wish for knowledge.
There goes that hunt.
hunt's free.
Hunt's
Over.
I cannot hear anything.
I know, and that looks like almost kind of like using the basic flashlight.
It's not freezing. So Spirit, Poltergeist, Myling, Raiju, Obake, Thang, Goryo, Phantom.
You know, would it be cheeky of me to just say it's probably a flipping Goryo since it's been the Goryo for like 5 times in a row?
I have an idea. It's a crazy idea. Go take up as many on items as you can and see if it's faster. Parabolic is in the closet up there.
Alright,
Like you
okay,
just leave
okay.
them on and just throw them on the ground, leave them on, set them on the ground or whatever, dots,
Okay,
everything. And if it's
Alright.
faster, then it's a Raiju.
alright, you do that. I'm gonna smoke the room and move anything that's already in there.
It almost looks like I'm looking through the hand. You know what I mean? Or maybe this is this what a... Sorry, hunt. Sorry, I'm not doing my job well. I can't hear the door. Still going. Over. You're safe. I will just sit here and stare at the activity and I'll just let you know. start throwing stuff in there? I can't tell if it's faster when it's running by here with all this stuff here.
It might. I don't. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn the water.
Hunting.
Man, I can't see diddly squat.
That is a side effect of that particular one.
Okay, everything is in there. I'd go in and place some stuff, but I literally can't see or hear, so I wouldn't know if it was hunting. I have to actually swap to this because I can't hear you guys over. Just you. Yeah, it set off the motion. It's
Hunting.
at 10.
I heard the door close.
It would be. It's not a Raiju. Okay. All right. I'm gonna die for this so that I can see if it changes shape during a hunt.
of it.
Entrance?
I think she piled everything right outside the door.
Yeah, we
Got it. Hunting.
I got a footstep, but not a photo of the ghost. Sorry. I couldn't see it. I didn't know where it was. I think it may have actually been to my side.
probably, or on top of you. Because she's been spawning in front of that closet where I was
Hiding.
Oh, that's where I was standing. Okay. So,
I will go spawn.
On a hunt.
yeah, unfortunately I can't tell you if, oh, where is she? Where is she? Oh, it's Dentina! Hi! She is not changing shape, so not an Obake. Okay, she is done. I can now hear in-game. I couldn't before, but I can now. She turned on the radio up here.
Panda Pultipop.
Panda Pultipile.
Panda Pultipop.
Alright, she is now crawling Dentina.
Yes, it is.
I'm faster than her when I sprint.
Hunt's over.
Alright, I'm gonna move to the garage so I don't get a crack.
Hunting. Don't know if it's a panda or a ghost. I think it's a ghost. Hunt's over. Hunting. Don't think it's a poltergeist. Hunt's over. It doesn't seem interested in Panda's pile.
She keeps spawning right next to it, but not throwing it. Yeah, she just ran through it, through nothing.
I'll go up next after this hunt and just see if you have to be in the proximity of it for it to do it, like it's a scare thing.
Okay. She also has not changed forms. She has been Dentina this entire time. Coming in the basement? Done. She's at the door. She saw you. Oh, you're in a closet. Never mind, she doesn't. She knows you're near here, though. She threw a few things that time. I don't see her. I lost her. Nope, she's still going. Now she's done. Okay. She threw a few things during the hunt, but I wouldn't call that a pulte throw. Yeah, not a Pulte. As for Goryo, I don't know because we won't see dots. So
I mean, I was kind of being facetious, but at the same point, not. We had what? This is our 4th attempt, and we've had 3 Gorios so far. Well, 2
she just
Gorios and
touched a
our
closet right next to me, so I don't think she'd be a Goryo. Yeah, she's in the bedroom.
Not a
Say,
Touching stuff. She just walked past me again. Threw something in here. I don't know what, but she's interacting with the pile now, just not a lot. I don't know. This one's tough. Knocked on the door. See, I'm not convinced she's not a Myling. When I was in the basement, I didn't hear her until she was right there when I was talking. Before. She went into the basement. I was talking and she went into the basement.
What I'll do is I'll go into the basement. I'll throw my flashlight. If you come down and watch it and listen for her.
Alright. Convenient.
Hunting.
You're gonna have to. You're not in the locker. To your right. Okay, there you go.
Godspeed.
I kinda hear her. She just went past the stairs. Are you hearing her? I don't know. I'm not up there. I'm down here.
I think it's over.
I saw her walk by once. Yeah, it's over.
Alright, I'm gonna try again in the
Okay. You'll probably hear her because she's right above you. But then drop it over here where the little the concrete is broken. No, over here. Where the concrete is broken and have it pointing towards the locker. Yeah, like right in front of the door. What?
Hunting.
She's hunting. Right there. You are safe. Flashlight is flickering. I don't hear anything. Now I hear it. She came to your flashlight and left. She's not in here anymore. Do you hear her? Myling. She's still going. She could be a Myling. She's on the stairs. I think she ended.
It's over.
Because she does get kind of quiet. Drop a flashlight. I don't care which flashlight. A flashlight. Pointing at the mudroom. Like. And then go hide. Are you okay to see? To hide? Oh, she's hunting. Alright. I'm gonna see, because I can see from right here. She just went back upstairs. I don't think it is.
It's still going on. It's over now.
Yeah, those lights will flicker because it's right below her. But this flashlight, when it flickered, I didn't hear her at all. And she ran across into the living room and back. She didn't actually come down to your flashlight that time.
So you want to think Myling?
And
I kind of am leaning towards Myling.
All right, I'm good to try that.
I'm willing to give that one a shot.
Go ahead and button it up.
Yes!
There's some jobs ready for you.
Yeah, Wolfie called it like way early. He said, I think it's a Myling. And I said, I kind of think so too. But I also knew I was kind of central to where the hunt was. So I was constantly hearing her. So I started performing my own little tests. And then with those ones there, that confirmed it. That was rough. You only need to do it 2 more times.
Yep.
2. Trying to get out of this. Thinking he only needs to do it 1 more time.
Right. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Nothing to report. It looks like weapons in the area. Hurry.
I'm starting to think the challenge is just it's upstairs, so you got to figure out what it is.
That's why I'm already upstairs.
Very quiet hunt. I think it's downstairs, actually. It's upstairs. No, it's not upstairs.
Hunt's
over.
Hunt. And yes, it's upstairs kitchen. Or foyer.
Did somebody turn on? It's in the dining room. We have a fork pressed against the wall over there.
It kept trying to open my locker.
Not a hunt. That's a hunt.
Wolfie survived? I think it might be. Well, she's by the front door right now, or going in the garage rather, cause.
Okay, I'll let you know when it's over.
It's over.
So before I do that,
I got a heartbeat, and then ran into the garage.
having a drink.
But I don't think it followed.
I don't. She may not have seen you. She has so far not stepped in salt. Okay.
I think she's a four-year.
Did you move the crosses to the hallway?
Yeah, and she blew both candles out. But notice what she did not do.
Hunt?
Because we didn't get prevent. So she is not on Rio. She's also not a Dio, not a Revenant. So far that's all I can say. She hasn't booked her salt. She has walked through some. That camera is not pointing where we need it. Okay.
Okay, that was in
Alright.
the kitchen.
No one. Hold on. No one's on. Alright. Let me know.
No, that was not a hunt.
Cross just got burned. That one's active.
Touching doors. Wolfie, come in.
And
Downstairs. Looks like spawn next to the entrance.
trans.
Hunt's
Over.
Fairly certain it is not a banshee.
Do you have a sound?
Thing.
I do?
Oh, at 8 across.
Yeah. Maybe it is a banshee. I don't know because it keeps doing its events to me.
Well, it's also really, really, really quiet. And where are you actually physically in the building?
I'm in a garage. No locker.
Threw a bunch of stuff upstairs, but it's been patrolling up. Okay. right here and see if it comes for me or goes for you.
Okay. It's walking around. It's stomping.
The activity's at 0 right now.
Because no one's in its room.
Hunt.
Yeah,
So
I
we're-
was up at the top of the stairs with my flashlight on, and it didn't do anything. Well, as soon as I came down and touched the floor, it seemed like it hunted, but I immediately went back upstairs. And I was up at the top of the stairs with my flashlight on. That's a hunt. Definitely spawning there.
Is it over?
Yep.
And immediately to an event.
I did not like that event.
So what theory did you test?
I started talking while it was hunting.
And?
It breathed in my ear. It gurgled breathed in my ear at the end of the hunt.
Hunting.
Did you see where it spawns?
Too bad you didn't get 4 missions.
It spawned upstairs.
Hunt's over. It's upstairs.
There it goes again.
It yanked my locker open 4 times during that one. Oh, never mind. Okay. It's hunting. Hunt.
Yeah, it yanked my locker open a couple of times too when I was in there.
Yeah, I did not like that. Yeah, it moved. It's not downstairs. So, not a Goryo? Ow! Got jumped on by a cat. Safe.
I wish for knowledge. I wish for knowledge.
There it goes.
It is not dots, and it ate him.
Alright. Well
Okay.
then.
I yeah. Not a banshee. So let's see. I don't like this challenge. Where is it doing all its nonsense?
I don't know, but it's been spawning upstairs the last couple of. So I'm just going to toss some stuff. I'm going to make a Wolfie Wonder, a Wolfie Wall of Wonder, and
You're gonna make a pile.
Panda Pulty Pile.
You're gonna make a trash pile. Okay.
Did it check anything off in your book there, Wolfie?
You think it turned what on? No. That's the neighbor behind us.
I meant in his book.
What?
He wished for knowledge.
Dots. So it is not dots.
Okay. Most of this I'd crossed off anyway.
Trying to think.
Alright. I am doing a Moroi test. Myling test, rather. Is it hunting now?
Nothing.
It's walking around a lot. Keep stepping in salt down here. It's throwing stuff down here. I think it's in the garage. Spirit. Twins. I do not like those events. A mare if the light is on, but the lights aren't on down here. Yeah, it's touching doors down here. It's not upstairs anymore. It's not hunting, but it's doing a lot of events at me. Would an angry shade do that? That's the third one. Yeah, I'm holding the smudge.
Hunting.
This is different than the last one, right, Wolfie? In the sense of volume.
I mean, probably. The last one got me eaten, so I didn't really pay attention.
No, the myling.
Oh.
Wait, look at the activity again. Without your journal, thank you. Okay, never mind. I don't think it's twins, I don't think it's myling. It's not a demon. It's too passive for demon.
think it might be. I have no idea.
Hunting again.
Yeah, I had to smudge that time because he came up to the locker.
And you like with the myling thing?
Yeah, it's not the myling. Not a myling. Definitely not a myling. Was he changing shapes? Like,
I mean, he was like, and I didn't see him for half of it. I don't know if it's just he doubled back or if he teleported or if he did something else.
I think he doubled back. I don't think he's a Hantu. He's not very fast. But then it's not freezing.
I don't know what Panda's doing. Hunting.
He spawned in the lobby. Hunt's over. Isn't there something where one of them like will vanish for longer periods of time?
Let me check.
Turning lights on will reduce the chance of a mare attacking.
Yeah, that didn't reduce the chance because the lights were on.
Hmm.
If it is, it's a hidden thing.
But I don't think it's a shade, and it's not a mare. Actually, it could be a shade. But I don't think it's a mare. I honestly don't know. This challenge is frustrating for me.
I don't think it's a shade. Mostly because it doesn't seem to care if anybody's nearby or not.
True. Let's see, what is the Moroi? Hold on. Moroi is... The weaker their victims, the stronger. It's not a Moroi. But
It would go long times without hunting too, which
that's shade, spirit. Could be a spirit. Because spirits are more aggressive when people are near. And it didn't change shape while you were watching it. It's not an abake.
I don't think it's a shade because it hunted with people like it didn't hunt until I actually set foot in its zone, and then it hunted. So it's not a shade.
Yeah, that'd be a spirit. I think it's a spirit.
I
It's either a
I
spirit or a mimic, and we just didn't find orbs.
Yeah, I'm feeling spirit to be honest. I think it is.
Okay, you got a spirit?
That's my thinking too.
All right. Well, let's try it out. It can't be Goryo. Hantu. Right? Please be spirit. Panda's tired and
It was shade.
Prepared some jobs for you.
Really? Ugh.
so here's my thinking, guys. Yeah, let's pick this up tomorrow. Try and get our last two. Maybe Ash joins us and we have a fourth. Maybe not. I mean, depends on her ear. And that lets you get to sleep, Mr. 3 a.m. That lets me get to sleep, Mrs. Midnight, and Wolfie get to sleep, Mr. Midnight.
All right.
Also, I got a new mic,
Woohoo.
and so hopefully, question mark, it will prevent his mic from picking me up and the echoing. Because it's supposed to be like an interview mic, so it's supposed to be one directional and not pick up a lot of background noise. The guy who recommended it said that if you're streaming in a living room or a public area, you're gonna have less background noise. So here's hoping. And it wasn't all that expensive. It was $100. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. No harm, no foul. It's a good mic we can either give to someone else who needs, well, not give, but secondhand sell, or use it in another configuration or something. But we can at least try it. All right. I'm not even going to bother rating anybody, I don't think, because I don't think anybody is live that's doing something similar. Hold on. Because I know you're ending too. Oh, hi, tiny little boy. See, I had this completely tabbed out. I wasn't even looking. Well, we could actually raid Rill. You want to double raid Rill?
Sure.
All right. See you over there.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. And I should see y'all on Tuesday. Looks like Rill's playing Skyblock. Wow.